another gorgeous day today that really feels and sounds like spring. So what we're doing today is actually inspired by what we did last week, because where we went last week was to all of the little villages and towns that I grew up in. And that really got me thinking, because last week I mentioned really briefly that I went to two high schools, and I haven't been back to where my second school was for such a long time. And I think with it being such a beautiful day, they also have lots of little home shops. There's a really good antiques barn on the way. I thought, let's go out, we'll do a little bit of shopping, go to the antiques barn, go to a few home shops, see if we can find anything, but also we'll do a little bit of what we did last time, which is taking you along to some of my favourite places and fondest memories. And there's a really beautiful river that runs through the town, and I know on days like today it will just be so beautiful. Isn't it really funny? I was actually having this conversation with my mum that all of my memories all seem to be on sunny days, and I remember my childhood, and I remember school, and I remember just everywhere that I grew up. I always remember it on a sunny day. So I thought today really will feel like a proper walk down memory lane because it's such a gorgeous day. First things first, I'm going to run out with the dogs really quickly. Let's go and get that done, and then we'll head out for the day. I thought I'd better quickly top up my deodorant. Look how pretty this deodorant is. So the deodorant that I use is Wild Deodorant, who I'm partnering with again on this part of the video. So I have been using Wild Deodorant honestly for years and years. When I was really little, my mum taught me the importance of using a more natural deodorant, and this is the one that we've both been using actually for years. So Wild deodorants are made with safe natural ingredients. There are no parabens, no harsh chemicals, no aluminium salts, and they also contain things like shea butter and coconut oil, which are really nourishing on all skin types, and they're also vegan and cruelty free. They all smell amazing, but this might be my new favourite scent. So this is Love Potion, and it's a new limited edition scent, and it's strawberries, cream and notes of champagne. So delicious. Sorry if I've moved, the camera just fell, but I wanted to show you the packaging because this is limited edition, because obviously February is all about love. But I also thought this is such a gorgeous gift for Mother's Day because it's so pretty. You can also personalise it with her name. It smells gorgeous, and it's also a really lovely, thoughtful gift because it's really looking after your mum by making a more natural switch. Plus, you can also get a really gorgeous body wash and little lip balm to match, all in the same gorgeous packaging and gorgeous scent, and they're all completely refillable. The deodorant still offers 24-hour protection, so you're not compromising at all on effectiveness. And I think what makes Wild really unique is that the packaging is completely reusable. They have so many different gorgeous scents that you can choose from, and it's so easy. You just pop in your new refill every time the one that you're using runs out. So for a limited time with the code Hannah2025, you can get 20% off all Wild products. So I'll make sure that I've left a link here on screen and also down in the description. So deodorant done, let's go and start this walk. before we head out, I thought I'd quickly show you what I'm wearing for the day. It's, you know, you've seen most of this before, I think, if not all of it. I'll make sure that I've linked all of this. So I've got my Suzanne suede jacket, which I love. One of my Reformation cardigans. This is a newer one. I think the colour is, I can't remember, but I'll link the colour. My mint velvet vest top that I always wear. And then I have on my new belt. This is the reversible one that I got in London. I love this and I've worn it almost every day since I got it. So I can't remember if this was Cos or Massimo Dutti, but I'll link it. And then these are the Massimo Dutti jeans that I tried on. I did get these. I think I didn't show that I'd got them, but I did get these. And again, I'll link this exact style, and then I need to put some shoes on. Okay, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about where we're going today and the book that I mentioned this morning. So my second high school was in Stratford upon Avon. I went to the girls' grammar school there, otherwise known as Shottery. The book that I mentioned is Hamnet, which is the story, pretty much the story of Shakespeare's life, but it's told through the lens of his son. And it is a work of fiction, but I think it's very much based as closely as we can get sort of to the true story. And Stratford is Shakespeare's birthplace. So the book is set in Stratford in the 1500s. And I really, really loved that book. It's one that's really stayed with me. It's one of those books that the sort of imagery really has stayed in my mind. And when people, does anybody else get this? When people are sort of describing things, sometimes I can really vividly recall a scene from a book, or how I pictured a scene from a book. Or sometimes I'll go and visit somewhere new and it will almost feel as though I've been there before, because it's so closely what I imagined in a book, which is such a strange experience. But anyway, for me, I was really able to bring that book to life, and they're all places that I really want to go to today. Partly to relive it for my own sake, but also partly to sort of bring the book even more to life because I just loved it so much. There are so many gorgeous, quiet little pockets and back streets and areas down by the river with willow trees that I can remember when I was in sixth form revising for my A-levels, going and reading. The coat has had to go on. It is absolutely freezing. Okay, so this was my school. I don't really want to go any closer because it is term time, so there'll be children there. But that building right in front of us is where I had economics, I had psychology. I think my tutor was in there. It's also where the sixth form common room was, so where we spent a lot of our sort of lunch times and things. This is the path that we used to walk down every lunchtime, because it connects the school with some shops where we could get lunch from. But I seem to remember there were horses on one side or the other. But now it's just fields, playing fields. the library where I did hours and hours of coursework. Upstairs in that little room actually up there, that's where I used to sit. We used to always go here at school when we'd come on weekends because it's like a sort of like a haunted house, and I can't tell you how many times we did this. You used to be able to get a ferry from here. It was kind of just a platform really that took you to the other side of the river. I think it was 20p or something for both ways, but it doesn't look like it runs anymore. Okay, I'm making some dinner because I am hungry, but while I was out I actually had a couple of deliveries, but I think I will show you them in the morning as always because I think it's better to see things in daylight. But one of the things that came was actually a rug. This is my dream rug. So when I was first looking for rugs, there was one on Neptune that I absolutely loved, but it went into the sale and then completely sold out. So every day I refresh the site, and then the other day it came back into stock because as soon as I bought it, it was then sold out again. And I couldn't quite believe that it was actually going to turn up. I thought it was, sometimes, you know, websites just make errors and they sell you stock that doesn't exist. And I thought, I really hope it's not one of those, but it's here, it's in my kitchen. So I'm excited about that. And then I just got some clothes. I can show you tomorrow clothes. Do I need clothes? Probably not. But as for dinner, I'm making something that I make all the time because it's just so easy. It's a pea, broccoli and butter bean pasta. I make it with stock and it's just kind of just what you need after a busy day. Something that's going to be really quick but really yummy, nourishing, full of greens. I'm going to make that now.
Your waiting room. My relaxed Mediterranean Joan Club of Hot Festival. Difference. Miss Taylor. Does she appear less to be understood? It's 11:15, 10:25.
They're sleeping and they're so cute. favourite bread, the turmeric and chilli one.
Get them off. My left welly feels very good to know that it's going to be done.
Right, come on. Believe in you. Right.
It's coming.
Oh.
Just on the heel, I reckon, because I think my foot almost
Just
came
on the
off.
heel. Oh, don't worry about the mud. Just on the heel. Don't worry.
Right,
that's
we've
fine.
done it. Well done, girls. Well done. I won't stay in chat for too long this morning just because Mum's waiting for me, because we're going on a bit of a girls trip. It's Mum, Rue and I, and we're just going on a staycation. We're actually only going about an hour and a half from where I live, maybe 2 hours from where I live, but it's to what I think is one of the most beautiful bits of countryside in the whole of the UK. It's somewhere that we went to growing up a lot. It's somewhere that I've got such fond memories of. There are photos of my sister and I when we are just tiny, paddling in rivers and streams and having summers here, going on hikes with my parents and camping. We used to do a lot of camping actually. It's one of the only places in the UK that actually has wild horses, free roaming wild horses, which I just think is so beautiful. Also free roaming donkeys, and the horses and the wild animals come into the villages. It's so sort of accepted there that it's not uncommon to just see, you know, horses in the middle of towns, outside restaurants, outside cafes, like walking down the road. There really is something so magical about it. I haven't been for years and I had a couple of days free this week. So I just asked Mum if she felt like going. We're gonna stay overnight. I booked an Airbnb, and the Airbnb itself actually is in such a gorgeous old cottage with really lovely exposed beams everywhere. I'll show you when we get there. And the village that it's in is so beautiful. It's like a really quaint old town, and it's just going to be a really nice, relaxing, outdoorsy couple of days. Long walks and exploring all the really lovely little towns, pub lunches. It's also by the coast, so the car's all packed up. Mum's here. She's actually in the car waiting for me. So I better stop talking and I'll see you when we get there. Look at how Mum's tears come. Just got to the Airbnb. It is in honestly the most beautiful little village. It's so pretty here. It looks like something out of, I don't know, a storybook. It's beautiful, so I can't wait to show you. But also the Airbnb itself is a 17th century cottage. Apparently it used to be a place where they stored the beer for the pub next door, and there are so many of the original features here. So actually, let me show you quickly a couple of the rooms of the cottage. Okay, so this is the cottage from the outside, and then you walk down through this little door to the side of the cottage and into this little alleyway, which you can already tell, so old and so beautiful. And then you walk through here, and this is the door to our cottage. And then there's upstairs just there, but if I take you down into the main room, this is the kind of kitchen dining area, which is so nice. And you can just see, I mean, look at the ceiling. It's actually a really high ceiling in here, which is really unique for a cottage that's this old. And then there's the kitchen this way, which obviously has been fairly recently put in, so it's quite a cute little kitchen. And then this window, which is so pretty, that overlooks the garden. And actually, let me go and show you outside. So this would have obviously once been the old fireplace. It just has a modern kind of electric fire in it now. But I think Mum was saying this is where they would have hung their pots from once upon a time. So let me take you outside and I can show you the back of the house. It's actually a very good sized garden as well for a cottage of this size. So down this little path, and then there's an old kind of outbuilding here. So this is the back of the cottage. I love the way all of the roofs are so kind of higgledy-piggledy because they're all so old. Okay, so the plan for the rest of the day is, I think we're going to go for a walk now, do a bit of exploring of this village, and then there's apparently a really nice walk along the estuary that takes us to another little historic village. It's a shipbuilding village. It's the next day. We worked out that yesterday we'd walked 4 miles to the pub and back. So by the time we actually got home, we were both so tired that we ended up just popping out to Waitrose, getting something so easy for dinner and just getting a really early night. So we're up bright and early this morning. We have had some breakfast. Bree's had a play in the garden. And now Mum's just in the shower, finishing getting ready. And then we're going to have a walk down the high street to the coffee shop at the end, get a coffee, and then I think plan a little bit of what we're doing today. I think there's a few different towns that we want to go to, so it just depends what order we do what in and what we see today and what we see tomorrow, because we are staying again tonight. But I think the plan for today, we're definitely going to go to Leamington and get some lunch there. That's like a really lovely sort of harbour town, really nice. And that's only about 15 minutes from here. And then I think we'll drive on a little bit and go to the beach, take Bree to the beach. She loves the beach. Just before I left the house yesterday, I got a big parcel from Holland Cooper, which is the brand that I get pretty much all of my dog walking clothes from. So the green dog walking coat that I wear every single day and probably in most videos, that's Holland Cooper. That was honestly one of the best things I bought. Did I buy it last year or the year before? But anyway, just one of my all-time best buys because I genuinely wear it every single day. Also, all of my fleeces. So if you ever see my fleeces again that I walk the dog in, they're green. Most of them are green, I think. Yeah, green with kind of a brown leather trim on them. They're all Holland Cooper. And also this one that I wore yesterday, this black fleece. This is a new one from Holland Cooper. I got this yesterday. This is a quarter zip one, but most of the ones that I have at home are full zip. They do both. So this one I got with spring in mind because it's a slightly lighter kind of rain coat, but with less padding. They have this little stitched in inner layer that I just think is really nice. It also has these little built-in bits where you can put your thumb through and it just keeps your hands a bit warmer. There's really nice details on the sleeves and on the back. I really love this. I know I'm going to get so much more out of this in spring. I will make sure that I've linked this and everything else that I'm about to try on, and also the coat that I wear every day as well. I also got this shealing, which again, I thought as it starts to warm up, this is probably the kind of perfect amount of warmth. Now to go over this, I got, honestly, this coat is the dream. It's a huge padded fleece lined raincoat and it is just the coziest thing I've ever put on. This is what it's lined with. So as you can imagine, coziest thing in the world. Then it's got really nice leather trim details. It's kind of like wearing a dressing gown out on the dog walk. Best thing ever. They also do a shorter version of this, which I also definitely need. I just thought I'd show you those bits because I know lots of you love your long walks as much as I do. And on that note, we're gonna head out for the day now. he was saying, imagine living in these houses along here and out of your window is just a view of wild horses. We've just found one of these old telephone boxes that has books in, and I was just telling Mum on the way here yesterday that I'd read this book on one flight in about 5 hours because I wasn't able to put it down, and then it was here. And we were also talking about Hamnet, which is one of my favourite books, and that's also in here. So I said to Mum she should take that and read it when we get back to the cottage. Okay, we're back at the cottage. We've had another day today of just non-stop walking. We've been on our feet all day. Such a nice day though of just exploring. We've been to lots of different beaches, a few different towns. It's been a really nice day, but we both just kind of felt like staying in and having a really nice comfort meal for dinner. So we went to Waitrose again and just picked up the ultimate comfort meal. So we both have a pie in the oven, and then we just got some of these oven chips to go with it. And we've got some veg as well, just, you know, for some balance. And I think we're just gonna have another cozy night in. We're both reading books that we're really enjoying, so I think we're just going to light the fire, sit in front of the fire, read a book, and probably get another early night because we still have a few things that we want to do tomorrow on the route home. So that's the plan. Good morning. It's our final morning here in the New Forest, and the plan for today is we're heading out first thing to go on a really long, lovely walk because we haven't actually done much of a walk in the forest and sort of across the moors yet. We want to go and see all of the wild horses and just really embrace being in such a beautiful bit of the country. And then on the way home, I think we're going to stop in Winchester because neither Mum nor I have ever been to Winchester, and I think it's meant to be nice. So we thought we'd go and get our shopping fix for the trip in Winchester and just have a look around and see what we think of it. So that's the plan for today. So we both got one of these huge salads. So this is a bulgur salad, this is a potato salad, this is a kind of coleslaw sort of salad, and then this one is artichoke and apple. And then we also got some soup just because it sounded really good. It's carrot, swede and chickpea soup. Looks so nice. Light the card for your birthday wish. These two necklaces at the end are very me, a camera and a welly. Okay, okay, we're home. I'm actually just about to go out to the gym, hence what I'm wearing, for the first time since October. So honestly, wish me luck with that. But before I go, I thought I'd quickly show you what I got while I was shopping in Winchester today. So there's a few different bits, but first I got myself some new bedding from the White Company. I think new bedding is such a treat to yourself, and I haven't actually bought any new bedding for a really long time. And we went in and they had a bed in there made up with these striped bed sheets, and both Mum and I instantly just thought it was so nice. So I treated myself to the full set, which honestly makes me excited to change my bed, which is very rare. Making my bed is up there with one of my least favourite household things to do. Then on a similar note, it's really noisy, got myself, these are just long pinstripe pyjama bottoms. I just think they're really nice, and they do come as a set, but I kind of thought they'd actually look really nice just with a white t-shirt, just to kind of chill around the house in, a Sunday uniform kind of thing. And then also for the house I got this little set mug and saucer from Anthropology, because I just think anywhere that you can add just a little tiny moment of joy into your morning is a good thing, and just having my morning coffee in this, I just think I can't wait. Honestly, I can't wait for Sunday. I'm going to make my bed with my new bed sheets, wear my new pajamas, make a morning coffee in my new mug, and then light my new candle. I also got this today. I got this from it's such a cool shop. It's kind of a curation of different brands. I'm sure I filmed the outside of it because I can't remember the name, but I got this from there. And this one, what's the brand called? Maison Louis Marie. And honestly, they do perfumes as well. And all of them were beautiful. Like some of the nicest perfumes and candles I've ever smelt. This one in particular smells just like Le Labo Santal. So if you know that scent, then this is what this smells like. But this candle was £36, which I don't know how much the Le Labo ones are, but I can imagine at least probably double that. So just best believe I'm going to have the best Sunday morning ever with all of my new bits. That's everything that I got, and I kind of need to get going and actually go to the gym, otherwise I know what I'll do and I'll end up just putting it off and then not going. So I'm going to leave this week's vlog here. So thank you so much for spending the last couple of days with me. I hope that it was fun just to do something a little bit different this week. I hope you have the best week ever, and I will catch up with you then. Bye guys.